I use Claude Code to automate my lead generation and scale this with multiple AI avatars, leveraging faceless content. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly what I did, the results, and how I did it step by step using Claude Code. And for the skeptic who might be brand new here to the channel, I have never written a single line of code. I am completely non-technical, and I did all of this with Claude Code, leveraging voice prompts. So as a quick rundown of what I did before I show you some of the actual results here is I know that short form content is what is getting all of the views right now. And so I thought, what if I could take this short form content, start completely brand new YouTube channels, and start posting across multiple channels, even with 0 subscribers. And my theory was that they'd start getting views and potentially start even generating leads. And so before automating all of this with Claude Code, which I'm going to show you guys how to do in this video, I wanted to manually do some posts just to test out my theory, because one thing I like to do is I always like to prove and then automate. I don't like to just jump to automating everything, because if it doesn't work, then you just wasted a whole bunch of time trying to automate a process that just doesn't work. So I started multiple YouTube channels leveraging different AI avatars, all starting with 0 subscribers, and I did not promote any of these channels anywhere else. And to my surprise, even with 0 subscribers, these channels started getting hundreds of views on every single video that I was posting. And after just a few days, I started seeing a consistent flow of leads starting to trickle into my CRM. So I knew that this manual process and this theory that I had was actually working. So now I knew it was time to automate things. Before I jump in and show you some of these results, I also wanted to give myself some constraints. And the main thing is I wanted to see if this would work across any industry. So I have multiple AI avatars, and then I'm also testing multiple different industries to see if my theories would be consistent across all these different industries. Because a lot of people know me for teaching people how to start an agency or an AI agency and all that. But I thought, well, what if I'm marketing to realtors? Or what if I'm just marketing to small business owners? Or what if it is more of like a biz op type opportunity? Will all of these different industries actually work, actually get views, even starting with a YouTube channel completely from scratch with 0 subscribers? And ultimately, will these actually generate leads for my business? So let me just show you some of these results right here so you can see firsthand that this actually is working. So here is the first one. This one is actually branded with my face, Jason Wardrop AI Real Estate. And if we scroll down right here, we can zoom in so you can see it a little bit better. You can see that these are getting a couple hundred views, 100 plus views, 100 plus views. And I've only been posting on this channel for probably about a week. As you can see, it's only got 2 subscribers and 12 videos so far. Now, this next one is with an AI avatar, but if we check this out, you can see that it does not have a lot of subscribers, 9 subscribers, but it's still getting views. And in my CRM, I'm still generating leads from this simple AI avatar from these short form videos. And then this last one, this one's actually amazing. This one's about marketing to small business owners. So the cool thing is this is like if you are an agency owner and you want to go and work with plumbers or electricians or dentists or whoever it might be, that's who the target market is with these scripts. And you can see once again, this does not have many subscribers at all. And this one is probably getting the most leads out of all of them because of the specific market. But you can see there are literally hundreds of views on every single one of these videos. So that just goes to show that this actually works. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump onto my other computer, because this is more just like for filming. I'm going to jump on my other computer where I built all this out with Claude Code to show you the necessary things that we need in order to go through and build this with simple voice prompts. Because I don't know about you, I am not techie at all. I've heard of APIs, I've heard of API keys. I don't know where they go. I don't know what to do with them. And so I want to show you guys step by step how to make this happen, even if you're a total beginner. And this is cool because you'll be able to do this for your own business if you're running an agency, or let's say you're a real estate agent or a plumber and you want to automate some of your marketing. You can also do this with a simple Claude Code app that you can just voice prompt. And I literally did this in a single afternoon yesterday. All right, so here I am in my other home office. The other one has a nicer backdrop. I actually work on this computer. It's got the window natural light. So apologize for the terrible background setting, but I think this is going to get you better value here. So I want to show you everything step by step. These are all the tools that I use, and this is where I actually built this app. So what we're going to need is we're going to need Claude Code. And so if you go to Claude AI, it's by Anthropic. So like most people have used ChatGPT. So if you haven't heard or used Claude, this is what you want to go through and use. So it's just Claude by Anthropic. And you're going to want a paid subscription. So I think you can do it with the $20 per month one. I went with the $100 per month just because it gets you a little bit more bandwidth on everything. And then from there, you're able to literally just, even if you're a total beginner, guys, you don't need tech skills for this. I literally just voice prompted it and just told it, like I'm talking to you, I'm like, hey, I want an app that does this and this and that. And I was able to tell it because I've done this a lot before, but I do it manually or I hire somebody else out to do it. And so I was able to tell them exactly what I wanted. It was like almost giving AI your SOPs or your standing operating procedures for your business. And then it just goes and automates it, which is so cool, right? And so what I did was for my own business, I have a custom GPT. So for those of you guys who are unfamiliar with that, if you go to ChatGPT, you can make these custom GPTs where you train it. You give it instructions. You say, hey, I want you to be able to write a 60-second short form piece of content about this, this, and that. I want an initial hook in the first 3 to 5 seconds. You kind of do that. And so I actually use ChatGPT to help me write the instructions because I'm not necessarily giving, and I'll show you guys all this here in a second, but I'm not necessarily giving Claude Code the custom GPT, but I'm giving it the instructions that I would give to a custom GPT. And so there was 2 primary custom GPTs that I have. One is for going through and finding trending keywords for a specific industry. So like, for example, if I'm going to go and work in the real estate niche, right? We're probably going to want to target words that real estate agents are typing into Google or YouTube. How to generate real estate leads, real estate marketing, social media posting for realtors, content strategy for realtors. So we want to go through and have Claude Code scrape all the trending keywords, see their search volume, see other viral content that maybe worked really well, and then take those ideal top keywords and create a very clickable title. That's what we've got right here, clickable title. And then it's going to take that title and send it to the next custom GPT. And so I actually have a custom GPT. You'll see over here, I've got the AI title right here, the content scripting. I've got the YouTube intros. I've got intro scripters for AI avatars. And I actually have a lot more custom GPTs. I just have hidden them right here. But I have all these already set up. Okay. And so what I do then is take this, and I told Claude Code, hey, now once you got the title, and it's kind of like a nice clickbait type title, you want to throw it into the next custom GPT that is now going to take the title, and from the title, be able to write a 60-second long script. Now, here's the deal, guys. You're probably already put this together. I'm doing this for YouTube and YouTube Shorts. This would work for Instagram Reels, for Facebook Reels, for TikTok. And honestly, you could take the same piece of content and throw it into all of them, right? So there's like massive leverage with automating this whole process. Okay, so now once I have the script, I'm throwing it into a software called HeyGen. So we pop this up right here. This is where you're able to go through and make the AI avatar videos. So you can either use your own AI avatar, or let's see some of these recent ones. You can see I've got all of these different AI avatars. I even got more right here. So you can see I've got some different AI avatars, all different personality types. Like I'm just trying to go through and see if this will work at scale. And so far, it's working as far as views goes. It's working as far as leads go. And so I think that we're going to be able to go through and really scale this. And so that's why I'm going through and making this video to show you. Now, an optional piece, this is obviously not mandatory, but that's why I've got optional over here. Once the HeyGen video is created and processed and rendered, you can also add like the title or the captions, all that stuff with automated B-roll and all that. And so you use a service called Submagic. And to show you kind of what that looks like, so this is like a before and this is an after, kind of like the subtitles that you've seen, kind of the shaking, the zooms in, zoomed out, all that cool stuff. So you can actually send it into there as well. Now, you might be looking at this at this point and be like, well, Jason, this looks so confusing. There's so much going on. How do we actually go through and do this? And so that is why I'm going to go through and show you guys step by step. This is a little bit longer video. So if you guys like a longer video like this, a little bit more in depth, go ahead, let me know down in the comments. If you've already found value from this video, go ahead, smash the like button. And if you're new here, consider subscribing because I try to get you good, valuable content, letting you know what I'm doing, what's actually working, so you can kind of sift and sort through all the BS that's out there online. All right. So now what we're going to be doing is we're going to be jumping into Claude. And what you want to do, so if we come over here, and if we were to open up on desktop, you don't necessarily want to do this on desktop. And in fact, I'm kind of new to the desktop one. I don't actually even think that you can. I think you could just do like the normal custom or the chat GPT and just do chats. Oh, it looks like you got code right here, but it actually might send you out. So if you click on code right here, it's going to send you out to go and download the desktop app. So I have a Mac, and so this is where I do it. And so you can see right here, this is the YouTube Shorts automation. This is that app that I built out. And you can see if I click on this, literally fully built out, just voice prompting the whole entire thing. And then another one I wanted, I'm kind of in the process. I built both of these yesterday, by the way. So it was like a few hours, 4 or 5 hours to be able to build these two apps that were like very valuable to my business. And that's the cool thing about Claude Code, I think, is that some people are saying like, oh, software is dead. I don't think that core softwares are dying. I think that software just on like kind of these micro apps are dying because now with Claude Code, you can literally build your own customized, personalized apps to yourself where it's like maybe the only use case for this app is for you. But the nice thing is it's very valuable for you, whereas some big company is not going to go build this and sell it to you for 30, 40, 50 bucks per month because it would only be specifically for you, where now with Claude Code, you can do this, right? And the cool thing about this one is there's a big enough use case that I think that a lot of people would want it, right? So I've got the YouTube Shorts automation, and then I've got the build a YouTube video idea generator. So what that does is it goes and helps me come up with new topics for YouTube videos. I actually did not use this for this video right here. I just thought that this was cool, so I wanted to go through and share it with you guys. So what you do is once you get the desktop app, you can even make this bigger. Hopefully you guys can see that all right. I don't know if you can zoom in. Nope, can't zoom. Oh, there it goes. So if we go to new session, one thing I don't love about Claude Code, which I found a hack, is you can't voice it, which I don't know about you, but like I don't want to type everything out. So I like to go to ChatGPT, or there's like Whisper Flow as another big one, or I know you can go and talk in Siri or things like that. What I actually did is I came over here to ChatGPT because I love this feature. I love to come over here and just go click on here and just talk. So if we start this over, I want you to build me an app that's going to help me automate my YouTube Shorts. And I want to give you instructions to find viral topics and keywords in the real estate agent industry. So what real estate agents would be searching for on YouTube and Google. And then I want you to be able to take those top trending keywords and turn it into a clickable title. Look at what other content is on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube that's getting a lot of traction, a lot of views. And then once you have that title, I want you to send it to another like custom GPT. And I want that one to go through and script out a 60-second long YouTube short or Instagram reel script that is going to have like a 3 to 5 second, really interesting, attention-grabbing hook to pull in the user's attention, and then be able to go through and have 30, 40 seconds of value. And at the end, I want the call to action to be to subscribe to the channel if they want more tips like this. And then once we have the script, I want to be able to send that script automatically to HeyGen so that HeyGen will be able to create this video with an AI avatar using the script. And then once the AI avatar video is created, I want to send that final product, and it's going to be a vertical video because we're doing YouTube Shorts and Instagram, Facebook Reels. And I want to send that to Submagic to add captions and automated B-roll. And then once the final product's done with Submagic, I want to be able to automatically upload this into my YouTube channel. And I want to be able to post one of these every single day, coming up with a new unique title, new unique script, and be able to post every morning at 9 a.m. And I want you to take this and make this into an ideal prompt and instructions that I can put into Claude Code. And so I'm going to say something like that. And I'll end that right there. And so that's going to transcribe everything that I said. So I'm not having to go through and type it all out. And obviously, I'm thinking about this on the fly, right? So like that's maybe I would have taken a little bit more time, because sometimes when I'm prompting, I'll think about it for like 10 seconds and be like, what else should I say? What else should I have it do? And so now I'm going to come over here to Claude. And I'm just going to paste this in right here. And then we're going to say we want to put it into plan mode. Okay. And so what plan mode is, they have these different modes. So this one is before you take any extra step, always ask me permissions. Or this one's like auto accept any edits that you're going to do. Plan mode is like, hey, I just gave you what I want to have happen. Give me a plan before you start executing. And then once I approve it, then go start executing. This one is a little bit dangerous. I put this on last night just because I kind of got tired of always hitting accept. And I was like, all right, I got to go spend some time with my family. So this one bypasses all permissions, and it's just going to automatically go in through and make updates. It's going to check things, see like, okay, is this working? Is this not working? Are these APIs correct? All that stuff. And so this one is like use with caution. But first, we're just going to do this plan mode, and we're going to hit enter right here. So this can take some time. And so I'm just going to pause the video right here. And then once it has a full plan built out, then we're going to jump back in, and I'm going to show you exactly what I would do next. All right, so jumping back in here is wanting me to just allow it to web search. So it wants to web search the HeyGen API, all the documentation, what it's allowed to do, Submagic API, YouTube data API, Google Trends, all these things. So I'm just going to click on allow once, allow once, allow once. And here's the deal. If you're looking at this and you're like, well, Jason, I thought you said you're not a coder. Like, how do you find the APIs and all this stuff? Well, the cool thing is it's going through and seeing like what it can actually do. So we're just going to go through YouTube trending videos, API, social media trends, HeyGen pricing, API, perfect. So it's going through and looking into all this of what we need to do. But if you're like, well, how do I find the APIs? I don't know how to do any of this stuff. Well, guess what? I actually had no idea yesterday either. And what I did is when it asked for the APIs, I said, where do I find this API? How do I go through and do this? And so it showed me, hey, click this link right here, and then would literally give me a step-by-step. I'm just going to keep allowing these as we're going through here. And it would say like, okay, click this link, go to settings in your account, click on this, like libraries or API services or whatever it was. Then it would say create the secret key, and then it would say copy this and paste it into here to me. And so then I came up with this document, and I just like pasted all the APIs in here, and then it took the APIs, it put them where they needed to go inside of Claude Code's code, and it was off to the races. It was totally done with everything. Okay, so I just want to basically go through and show you guys. And I'm probably not going to go through and do all the API keys and all that stuff because a lot of them are very specific to one specific app. And so I don't really want to go through and expose all of that usage and all the different things there. But what I want to do is I want to show you guys that this is actually very possible to do even if you have zero coding experience. And the thing that I'm starting to think about and realizing after going through and seeing this is, okay, what are the things that I do every day on a daily basis? And before I was like, okay, how do I get SOPs around them and then find somebody like a virtual assistant to hire them and have them do the work for me? Where now I'm like, how do I go through and have Claude Code build all this or do this for me? Okay, so now it's saying, should I build on top of your existing AI Bridge topic engine, which already has YouTube API? So basically what it's looking at is seeing like, I've already done this. And so that's why I'm probably not going to go through and do the whole entire process. But I want to just I hope this is far enough along that you guys can see how to actually go through and do this. So it'd be build on existing, new project, new product, reuse code or something else. And so you just go through this whole process and you choose and you tell it what you want it to do. And then from there, you can go through and say, hey, put it in plan mode. Let me accept everything that you're doing. And it'll go, sometimes it'll take like 10, 15 minutes to go through and build things. Sometimes it's 2 to 3 minutes. Sometimes it's like every 30 seconds, it's asking you what to do. But the overall idea is you voice out exactly what you want. And if you don't know what you want, then just think about the whole process. What I like to do a lot of times is I get out an old white sheet of paper, or a new one, obviously, that's blank, and I get a pen, and I just sit. I've got a chair over here, and it's my thinking chair. And I just sit there and I think about like, okay, what does this look like? When I do it, how do I do it? What are the steps? And if you forget a step, that's totally fine, because a lot of times Claude Code, AI, it can fill in the gaps, or it can ask you questions, and it can say, hey, well, what about this? Have you thought about this? Or what about these things? And it can help you actually improve a lot of your processes. So anyway, like I said, I've already got this built, so I'm not wanting to go through and mess up anything else with having a secondary app on top of all this, but I just wanted to show you guys that this is very possible, and this is in the back office of my YouTube account. This is the AI for Real Estate one. Obviously, I showed you multiple channels, literally 2 subscribers, 2 in the last 28 days, because this is a brand new account. And you can see the last published videos, 67 views, 137, 17, 137. If we come over here, a lot of these were actually published this morning. You can see this March 3rd, March 3rd, March 3rd, March 3rd, March 3rd. And normally I would never post 4 videos in one day, but I was just testing different things, like some of the different captions and Submagic, and just kind of tweaking things, making things just a little bit better. And honestly, guys, it was crazy. Literally in an afternoon, I think I started yesterday after lunch. I was like, I should start kind of playing around and building with this. And by the evening, I had a full working prototype. Actually, I probably had that in about 2 hours, but there were some minor tweaks I was wanting to make as far as like the captions and how I wanted the voice to sound with HeyGen and all those different things, which was really not that hard to do. And then I just came over here into the Claude Code app, and I just voiced it, the different things that I wanted to change. And then if it had something that it told me to do that I didn't know what to do, it would just give me the step-by-step instructions, and it would walk me through how to do everything. So there you go. There is how I'm generating free leads leveraging Claude Code with these AI avatars. And you can see this is just YouTube. Now I'm going to get into making it so it takes that same video and posts on Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok, on all these different platforms. So you can take one video and repurpose it, right? So you can get even more exposure, generate even more leads, which I'm actually super excited about. So once again, if you guys want more content like this, let me know down in the comments below. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe so I can go through and hook you up with new content of things just like this that is actually working.